Welcome back, guys. It's Israel. Does your C# code have a lot of code that looks like this? Or this? Well, one solution to cut down on all those if statements where you're just checking if a value is null or not is to use the null conditional operator. But what is it? How does it help? Well, let's talk about it. But first, I want to thank all my channel members. If you guys want to see your names here, as well as get access to all the code from all my videos, click on the link in the description or join button on my profile and send an email to this email with the code that you want access to. But now, into the null conditional operator. So here we are at my .NET 10 API, and we have our null conditional operator section right here. So what is the null conditional operator? Well, it is essentially this magical question mark right here. So on the left side is going to be your object that you're going to check. Is this value null? If it is, this whole thing evaluates to null and we're good. Otherwise, if the object isn't null, we actually are like, okay, we are safe to look at whatever's on the right side of the period and check out that property, method, etc. So let's just say when we pulled this Squirtle object, it was null or just empty for some reason. And in here, when we go and access name, it would be a problem, right? Because we'd be accessing a property of a null object, we're going to get a null exception. But with this here, it's gonna look at Squirtle object and be like, this is null. Let's just evaluate to null. Let's not even look at name. So then X will be null. But if this actually does have a value, then it's like, okay, we're good to go. We're good to actually go a layer deeper and go into name and check its value. So what does this protect you against? Well, like I said, one of these is to protect against exceptions. The exceptions that are randomly thrown that you don't actually want to have, that are just kind of spontaneous and you're just like, what happened? Well, I didn't check for this thing possibly being null in some case, so you have this extra protection of a question mark. We have another example of something like this. If we were to pull this list of Pokemon and now we want to filter out based on a name. Well, if we filter out based on a name, we want to make sure that the list of Pokemon isn't null. So we put the question mark here and then we would proceed with actually filtering or doing some sort of link method. But if this were to be null, then we would just get a null value here, no exception again. But if it's not null and there's actually Pokemon in there, then we can actually do our filtering and then our to list and everything works fine. And the other benefit of using this null conditional operator is that it can shorten code. How does it do that? Well, it prevents you from having to write a bunch of if statements whose only purpose is checking, hey, is this object null, so that it's safe to then go down a layer and access or set certain things. So an example would be right here. Hey, is the Squirtle object not null? If so, thumbs up. Now we can actually access this. Well, the equivalent of these 4 lines is just doing basically this, which is essentially saying, hey, right here, make sure this isn't null. If it's not null, we're good to go. Else, continue on. So that's essentially the other added benefit, not just the exceptions, but also that it can allow you to cut down on your code, increase readability, and just all around improve the look of your code, cut down the size, and I think it's just really nice functionality to have within C#, so take advantage of it. But with that being said, let's run through the examples that we have here so you guys can actually see the values of with the null conditional operator and without it, and we can see the errors, the exceptions, and when it succeeds. But if you found this video helpful, please drop a like on this video and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any of my other amazing C#.NET content. So now let's actually go ahead and run this. First, let's run it with obviously a null item here. So our list of Pokemon is going to be null. So we're going to see here how this evaluates correctly and safely without throwing an exception. And then we can check the inverse. So we have now hit our breakpoint. So we have lists of Pokemon objects obviously being null. So what is the expected outcome of when I step through this? Well, it should be that check for Pokemon should just be null because this whole thing evaluates to null. So we skip this and no problem. So when I click through here, we now see that we just have null, no exceptions, no weird errors. But now let's see the inverse. So we're back at our breakpoint, and as you guys can see, the null conditional operator is now gone. So obviously this list is now null, but we're gonna try and do it to where, which should throw an exception. So now we can see how we get a argument null exception because the value cannot be null if we're trying to access it. And this is exactly the type of exception that would cause an issue in your application, cause it to crash, stall, whatever that may be. And it's just not covered. And instead of having to do something that checks to make sure with some sort of if statement, hey, is my list empty or not, or having to do something else to check it, you can just do that question mark and it fixes this whole situation. And now let's move on to this section so you guys can actually see that this is the exact same thing as well. So now we're back here. So now we're going to check the Squirtle object example. So obviously the Squirtle object right here has a value. So when we go through, we can correctly check, hey, region ID is now set to 2. And then the same functionality would work here. But now, what if the Squirtle object is null? All right, so on this final example, what you guys can see is we have the Squirtle object being equal to null. So we should see the same exact functionality from both of these. Obviously, when we get to this if statement, this should evaluate correctly. So we don't have a mistake of it going into here and of actually trying to assign this value to something that's empty, right? As you guys can see here, if I hover over it, it's a null reference exception if I actually were to go in here, but we're protected by the if statement. But in here, we have the same result where it just skips over it because this is null, and with the null conditional operator, we are protected from that value even trying to have assigned some sort of value, right? So we get the same thing, just this is one line versus, 4 lines here. And I think that's the beauty of it. You're protected from the exceptions and it cuts down your code and makes it more readable. But that is the null conditional operator in C#. And if you guys want to learn more C# tips, click on this video right here, which shows you how to use delegates to cut down on using if else in your code.